Welcome to another episode of watching videos of things you can't afford but can only dream of. Ever dream of having an entire collection of expensive cars? You've made it to the right video, as we will show you one massive car collection by one of the most iconic names in showbiz. If you happen to have ever turned into Jay Leno storage, you've probably seen a couple of Leno's most iconic traditional automobiles. Most of you would recognize Leno as being a former late-night talk show host, and only a few of you would know about this man being one of the world's most famous gearheads. Leno's car collection can make any car fanatic literally drool. He has spent millions. Wait until we show you what's under his garage. His love for cars became so lucrative that he was fortunate enough to host his very own car show, Jay Leno's Garage. Yes, he has a warehouse full of beautiful, expensive, shiny cars. One for each day of the year pretty much. Valued at more than $100 million, we envy his lucrative car collection. Hey everyone, welcome back to Grand Luxury. In today's video, we're going to look at 7 most expensive cars in Jay Leno's luxurious car collection. Before we venture into it though, we must ask you, on a scale of 1 to 10, how jealous are you of Jay Leno? We're just joking, this man deserves everything he's worked so hard for. But what's one of your dream cars? Let us know in the comments below, because who knows if we'll ever feel generous one fine day and do a surprise giveaway. Also, make sure to give us some love by smashing that like button, turning on the bell notifications to all, and tickling that subscribe button so that you'll never miss another video we make. Come be a part of our family already. Done yet? Hit that intro. Number 7. 2005 Porsche Carrera GT, $1.8 million. Who hasn't heard of Porsche? This automobile brand has been absolutely outstanding throughout its existence. Incredibly dynamic and perfect for racing on a track, and gorgeous to the eyes, of course. And so yes, they often come at a price very few can afford, especially the limited or collector's ones. Despite having an MSRP of $440,000 when it was new, the supercar's price is now around a whopping $1 million. One of the many reasons why so many people would like to own a Carrera GT is because of the amazing powertrain. It features a 0 to 60 mph time of 3.9 seconds. The car is brilliant in terms of acceleration. And how can we forget about the sound of its exhaust and engine? Chef's kiss. Even though the car is extremely wild in extreme racing and sporting abilities, the Porsche Carrera GT is actually a fantastic everyday car and so easy to drive as well. You can easily take this Porsche out to get Starbucks. You can even take it to your closest Target. You might just want to live in a better neighborhood though. Well, Jay Leno's Garage isn't a museum run by an old fart. It seems more like a toy box run by a hyperactive, giddy, overgrown child, doesn't it? Leno is sort of crazy fun that way. His late night show is always a good time. Here's the secret. We also have a bunch of these cars on Grand Luxury Garage. They are, however, in the form of Hot Wheels and remote control toys. Someday, guys, someday. Number 6. 1955 Mercedes 300 SL Gullwing Coupe, $1.8 million. One bonus of hosting a talk show for many years is that you get to meet many people and come across new things. What kind of new thing, you ask? In the 1970s, Leno came across the 1955 Mercedes-Benz 300 SL Gullwing Coupe that had been laying around in a storage container in the California desert for many years. Leno was offered to be the third owner of this vintage race car, seeing it as a rare opportunity, a rare collection, as he set out on a restoration project. He gave this Beautify a 3.0-liter engine developing only around 180 horsepower after numerous other upgrades. Not too bad for a car during this era. Fun fact, guess where the Gullwing nickname comes from? It's from the stylish and sleek doors, which swing upwards when you want to get in or get out of the car. A one-of-a-kind fancy thing that was beyond its years. How fancy! This car is one of the best ones of this model ever made, and it's safe to say that there might not be another car like this made ever again. Wow! Besides being a well-built, sturdy-framed automobile, the 300 SL Gullwing Coupe takes a special place in Jay's heart because it was beyond its years, way ahead of its time. The 300 SL has a tubular space frame, fuel-injected SOHC6, fully independent suspension on top of those crazy cool Gullwing doors. Yep, years ahead. The one in his collection is valued at a whopping $1.8 million, and well, this is kinda considered less considering some similar ones have gone on auction for $6+ million. A rarity. We sort of 1-1-2 now. Number 5. 1939 Lagonda V12, $2.56 million. Now this car. The Lagonda V12 is unlike anything else in Jay Leno's collection. It is for sure one of the most expensive cars in Leno's garage, with a scorching price tag of $2.5 million. One could quite literally buy a palace for that kind of dough, but hey, you'll need this sort of car for your palace. They go hand in hand. Just look at this thing. Although not an original, Leno's replica of a Le Mans special racer is so well done that it is worth millions. Originally built by Lagonda and designed by W.O. Bentley, they were hand-built in aluminum and wood. They featured a V12 engine, 4480cc, and delivered 180 horsepower of pure muscle. Quite the feat for a car built back in the day. But the sad news is that only 12 were ever created, hence the need for a replica. A replica of a Lagonda V12 is something to be proud of for any car fanatic. It was so perfectly recreated that owning such a classic car is undoubtedly a dream come true for any car collector. Jay Leno is one lucky guy. Number 4. 1931 Bugatti Type 51, $3 million. Not like this would happen often, but veteran car collector Jay Leno gets starstruck from time to time too. He's human after all. Even though he has rare Duesenbergs, vintage Bentleys, and a long-lost Talbot Lago car in his garage, there are some things that are beyond his mind, flat out awesome for him as well. So if Leno has the chance to geek out like the rest of us whenever one of those super non-obtainium cars passes by, he too will chase it. And that's exactly what happened when the 1931 Bugatti Type 51 Dubose Coupe from the Nethercut collection dropped by, a car that was built strictly for Grand Prix racing. In terms of racing, it is regarded by many as the most honest depiction of Ettore Bugatti's engineering vision. Powering the Type 51 is a supercharged 2.3-liter dual overhead cam straight 8, which could produce 200 horsepower running on alcohol and has a top speed of 140 miles per hour. What a feat for the time. The only thing about the car that isn't ahead of its time is the brakes, however. Jay explains that they are operated by a cable instead of by hydraulic fluid. Even a lot of bikes use hydraulic disc brakes these days, but hey, we'd still prefer to take the Bugatti for a ride, right? Let's forget safety standards for this one. If you really want to go on drives though, you could show up at the Hermosa Beach Comedy and Magic Club, where he's been known to be on Sunday night. Maybe wear a shirt featuring a rare or vintage car brand, and you never know, you could both end up being besties, and, well, you might end up being able to offer him a rare car part that he's interested in. We're about halfway, guys. You know the drill. If you haven't already done so, please smash up that like button and subscribe to our channel. The next few cars on this list are blisteringly expensive, so you'll want to stay tuned and find out how much they cost. No time to wait, let's get back to it. Number 3. KOENIGSEGG CCXR TREVITA, $4.8 million. If you didn't think that Jay Leno was an avid car lover before this, then you probably do so now. The TREVITA CCXR is about as unique as any supercar on the planet, and the Chin Man has one of them in his collection. That's right, he doesn't just collect vintage old-timers, he's also got quite the supercar and hypercar collection. Oh, and it weighs far, far less than a Bugatti Veyron, may we add. That's a recipe for astounding acceleration, and yes, Leno gets to sample plenty of that. The trunk is as big as a Porsche 911 and able to fit a bag of golf clubs or stow the pop-off Targa roof. The sci-fi doors provide the widest possible entryway without requiring you to park across two spaces. The tiniest little details, like the engine coolant level indicator, are designed with the same attention to detail as of a handcrafted watch. The construction is an engineering feat that takes everything into consideration to deliver top performance beyond any other hypercar. This beast is even faster than the McLaren F1. Faster than the Bugatti Veyron? It can literally top speed of 254 miles per hour, and it can do 0 to 60 in just under 3 seconds, which is unbelievable, and it'll make you feel like it just warped time. The car is valued at $4.8 million, and it takes ages to manufacture each and every one. We do wonder, though, about how fast Elon Musk's new Tesla Roadster will be. The claimed stats look ridiculous, achieving higher speeds, faster acceleration, and at a significantly lower price tag. Just wow, take my money. Number 2. 1994 McLaren F1, $23 million. Back in 2017, Jay Leno mentioned that the 1994 McLaren F1 was his favorite car. Now what's surprising is that the futuristic-looking F1 was actually made in 1994 and could easily be confused with any current supercar. Crazy to know that Leno took possession of this car, valued at $12 million at the time. Its looks alone were years ahead. Since then, the price has almost doubled, with a particular McLaren F1 being auctioned for as high as $23 million. This supercar is one of the most prestigious cars ever made. It's widely recognized as the gold standard of supercars. McLaren has brought numerous innovations to the road, bringing a carbon fiber chassis, titanium, and gold materials, and on and on and on. Even the newest models today keep pace with all the best there is, the cream of the crop. The Speed Demon could rocket down the road at 390 kilometers per hour, pretty much enough to peel back the driver's face and cheeks. At that speed, if the car's gullwing type doors were opened, the car would actually take off. This was all made possible with the overall weight of only 2,500 pounds. This car is so purposeful with so little tech, and no other builder has done a center driver position supercar since the F1. Not only is this car low to the ground, it weighs less than a Miata. Can you imagine driving a Miata with over 600 HP? That is simply mind-blowing, and for some, probably on the dangerous side of things to do. This car is the GOAT. Tell me you aren't watching this with only $5 in your bank account. You have a lot of saving to do. Turn that $5 into $5 million with crypto? Let us know. Number 1. 1934 Duesenberg Walker Coupe, $20 to $30 million. What weighs more than 4 tons, has the presence of a seagoing leviathan, and looks more sinister than the Joker on a bad day? It's the Duesenberg Walker Coupe. What makes this one so special is that it was the first and only Duesenberg to feature an aerodynamic body. This car was specially built for Lilly Pharmaceutical, based in Indianapolis. Being hella rich and with money being no object to CEO Josiah Lilly, Duesenberg went all out with this specific car. The car eventually ended up on a tow truck, but was rescued by Leno and his team. Guess what? The gorgeous grille alone cost $1,200 back in the 1930s. Under its hood lies a 420 cubic inch straight 8 engine that produces 265 horsepower. Cool, huh? What's not so cool would be the price at the pump to drive this heavy 6,000-pound behemoth. Kinda like having an anchor permanently attached to your current car, sort of expensive. Aside from that, the interior of this classic beauty has brown cloth seat upholstery, 2 glove compartments with 2 fire extinguishers because you never know what's going to happen, a compass, an altimeter, and a myriad of chrome switches and buttons. This car sure does look like it's meant to run over poor people. Don't you wish your worst problem in life was which of my Duesenbergs will I drive today? Which one of these cars would you want to own? Let us know in the comment section below. Would you even want to own any of these on the list? Please give us plenty of love by hitting the like button and subscribing to our growing channel and turning on the notifications bell so you never miss any future videos. Don't forget to share and scroll through some of our other great content if you're bored. Anyway, bye for now guys, and we'll see you in the next one.